Welcome to Genizus podcast, where we dive into the dynamic world generational conversation with your host, John, the baby boomer, along with Jessica, the millennial, and Joey, the Gen Z. Hello, everybody. This is our 250th anniversary special. Wah, 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 wah. Wah, 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 wah. Hello, this is Genesis Us Podcast. We have a very special episode for you. Over the weekend, we did Man on the Street. We went out, we asked people trivia questions. It was a lot of fun. Unfortunately, we didn't get a lot of traffic. We were in a location where I thought it was going to be a lot of traffic, but there wasn't. It was in Plainfield, Illinois, in the heartland of America, and we thought we'd get to see what Americans thought of the 250th, but also asked them trivia questions about America, how much they knew about American history. It was pretty funny. Some of them were really good, some of them were really not good. But today's special is really kind of intertwined with what we did over the weekend, and also talk about the 250th anniversary of our nation's birthday. But I've got Julia, the producer, with me today. Our cast of cohorts are not with me today. They are off doing other things, being that it's close to the 4th of July. They've got a lot of things going on, and they'll join us. Some of them will join us next week for our next episode. But today we are going to talk about the 4th of July, 250th anniversary. We're kind of going to go back in nostalgia and talk about what happened 200. All right, so 50 years ago. Some of us were around. As a boomer, I definitely was around. Julia, who also was around, we are both boomers, so we're going to talk about our memories of the 200th birthday celebration, and also we're going to talk about where America is going, what's going on, what was the contrast between back then and today. So let's start with Julia. Julia, our producer. What do you remember of the 200th bicentennial?
The 1976. That year, I was only about 12 years old. And for the 4th of July, my family would typically, we didn't have we lived in the city, the heart of the city. So we lived in an apartment. We did not have a backyard to have our own little barbecues. So what we would do is we would go to a local park, a public park, and we would have picnics for the holidays, for the warm holidays. For 1776, we went to Soldier Field. Soldier Field the old Soldier Field, used to host and blow off fireworks before they started doing them over the lakefront. And I remember being on the outside of the building. We picnicked by the museum grass that is adjacent to Soldier Field. And I remember seeing the fireworks there, and I thought it was so cool because you were in the heart of them blowing up the where you can actually smell the smoke. You saw some of the debris coming down, and we thought it was the coolest thing because we were right underneath the falling stars. Everything was flags and patriotic motifs and clothing, wore red, white, and blues. We always had our little flags. We celebrated it to the core. I mean, of course we made our own traditional food, but we still had our hamburgers and our hot dogs, and very patriotic, celebrating it. And it was just so fun being there by Soldier Field, and having a picnic with the family. We would take the neighborhood kids with us if their families weren't planning anything. So we would have a pretty big, 10 to 16 people group at times.
Yeah, our 4th of July, we were out in suburbs, opposed to what you did. We were, the whole family, it was only obviously 9 of us, and we were small. I was 14, 15, I think that age. And my older sister, Beatrice, which is she's no longer with us. She was, I think, 16 or 17. A year later, in 1977, is when Elvis died. So I kind of remember the those 2 3 years. 76, I was in military school, and that summer came home, and it was chaotic, but it was a lot of fun because we just moved in to a new house, and we ended up going to we lived in Glen Ellen. That was our new house. So we were kind of experimenting, kind of going into the city or the town and checking it out. So that particular summer, we went into Glen Ellen. They had a big park, and we celebrated. We picnicked. We didn't really kind of picnic. We actually went to a place that was selling hamburgers and hot dogs for like 25 cents. I mean, when's the last time you bought a burger for 25 cents, right? And even back then, they were a little bit more expensive, but they were doing a special for the bicentennial. Now, the bicentennial, from what I remember, was special. It was really kind of cool because many people obviously they weren't around during the revolution, but it was or the declaration, but it was a time of celebration. Everybody thought it was a feat for American history and America itself. So it was really kind of special, and this.
A special time in history.
Right, right, right. And even the government and all that made a big deal about it. The bicentennial, it was cool.
The special quarters.
The what?
They had special
Oh, that's
quarters
right.
in
They had
it.
special. Yeah, that's right. They had the special quarters, the bicentennial, and it was a special time. I really thought this year, and we'll go into it a little later, but this year it's a little different. Being the semi-centennial. I think that's what it is, right? Oh no, it's semi-quincentennial.
It's quinceañera.
Yeah, it's a quinceañera, something like that. Yeah. So we'll throw a Hispanic thing in there, but yeah. So it was a different time, and I just remember having the greatest time that as a kid, just celebrating America and all the parades, the fireworks, like you were talking about at Soldier Field. I really remember a year where we went there and celebrated the Fourth of July. I think that's when we lived in Villa Park, and it was a lot of fun too going to Soldier Field. But I remember it wasn't as hectic. If you went there today, it's hectic. It's hard to get in, hard to get out. I mean, that's one of the biggest
Yeah.
gripes about Soldier Field. That's why they want to move. So, but yeah, so it was a lot of fun. It just made me feel like family was so together, and the bicentennial made us all feel like we were all one nation under God, under everything that we were going through. And back then there was a lot of upheaval because of we had just gone, I think, through Watergate, and there was a lot of government anarchy and stuff like that going on. In fact, I mean, even today, that's the case. There's a lot of stuff going on today, and again, we'll cover that a little later. But the government was, trying to get into the bicentennial with all sorts of parades and
Hmm.
all sorts of events going on throughout the nation.
Specials throughout the
Right.
city.
Right, and there was like I said, it was a special food thing, whatever. There was like a restaurant that was giving away burgers and hot dogs, 25 cents, and it was just like I still remember that. And those burgers, for whatever reason, were so good. I can still remember that 50 years later. Now obviously we don't have some of our family members with us. They're not going to celebrate because they passed on, and I think that's the hardest part of living this long is um
and
missing.
celebrating the milestone without them.
Right, right. I mean, 250th anniversary, feel kind of choked up, but 250th anniversary, not having my mom and dad and my older sister to celebrate this moment. And even though things have changed, and obviously family's a little thin now, and now it's just core family, like my daughter and her family and all that. It's difficult to think about that. Time has gone by, and kind of left a lot of those souls behind, and it's sad. It kind of is sad. And to think about, here's something to think about even worse. 50 years from now, we won't be around.
Most likely, no. I don't see myself here.
No, no. I mean, I'm 60 some years old right now. I don't. see myself living another 50 years.
Nope.
I mean, health wise, I don't think that's going to happen. I mean, even longevity wise, it's not going to happen. So whoever celebrates, and my daughter will hopefully be around, and her kids will be around to celebrate the 300th anniversary of America, and that'll be a milestone. But as time goes on, I mean, that's part of life.
Right.
We go on and we celebrate the milestones, and time passes us by,
Yep.
and that's an unfortunate. And I kind of feel myself getting all choked up about those people that, like I said, have passed on, and we're not going to get to celebrate with them. But it's 250 years of our nation, and we should be very thankful that we have freedoms that allow us to be who we are, what we want to do, what we want to think. Obviously there's some chaos going on in today's.
Oh my God, the world today is so much different than from 1976.
It is. I mean, it is. Yeah. It felt like a more innocent time, obviously, because I was younger. I was 14, 15 years old. And today, the reality of our government and what's going on with our government it's pretty hard. It's pretty hard to say, what direction we're going to go because, we have a president that doesn't think about the people. In fact, he said it. He doesn't care about, inflation, doesn't care about gas. He doesn't care about, us, basically. In fact, he's trying to take away our rights. And the only thing that's kind of stopping him from doing that is our court system.
It's
Yesterday.
about time.
Yeah, but I mean, still, it is a Trump-picked Supreme Court, and unfortunately, they still make some pretty, dire decisions in favor of Trump, which is sad because,
But we need to stay focused and celebrate our democracy and our independence outside of his idiocy.
right,
And remember that we are here to celebrate us, the nation, of our birthday, of this country being here. And he doesn't make or break this country. Hopefully, he's not going to break this country. I think there are a lot of people who are starting to wake up and realize what democracy stands for. We haven't been here 250 years for this. Let this man come in and destroy it, as he is trying to do, and trying to be an authoritarian, or how do you say it?
authoritarian.
That thing.
Or as he like to call now he's their big the Republicans' big thing now is saying that the Democrats are communists. Well, I got some news for the Republicans. They're more communist than any at any time in our nation.
Yep.
Because
they want you to practice religious the way they practice
right.
religion. They want you to. They're trying to stop freedom of speech. You can't have a thought. You can't think on your own. They want a white America. They don't want any other nationality here other than white America. So they are more communistic in trying to control the people,
right,
and not being there to help the people.
There was actually a senator or congressman, I don't know who it was, some ding dong Republican that came out and said that religion is a part of the Constitution, and it's not. There's a separation of church and state.
Yep.
And these religious fanatics.
It's no different than cult leaders.
Right. Absolutely. I mean, that's what MAGA is. It's a cult. It really is. It's not. It's not anything political. It's we want our way because we think that we're white. We're better than anybody else. And we are one nation. That's why our forefathers, created the Declaration of Independence to get away from a tyrant, King George III, that was imposing his will on America. So one thing that, what would you think the forefathers would think about today?
Oh, I'm sure they would be, very upset because the terms that they put into the Constitution, I believe it's like the 10 Commandments. I believe Trump has already broken at least half of them.
Yeah.
I mean,
right.
He's gone through everything and is trying to overturn every item in the Constitution. Birthright citizenship. He wants another third term. I mean, so this whole check and balance that the forefathers built into the system, he is abolishing it little by little because he wants to make the choices. He wants to be in control, and he wants to, no one can override him. He's the president and he's the final say so. He wants to be king. He does not. Even the king has a parliament in England. I mean, so he wants to go above and beyond being a king. He just wants to be a Hitler.
Right, right, right. Well, and I think things have changed since the revolutionary times with Britain being in charge. It was King George III who basically ruled. There was no parliamentarian, I don't think. He had his staff and he ruled with an iron fist. And he ruled from obviously Britain, but he ruled us like his servants. So that was the whole idea of the Declaration of Independence, that we needed to secede from King George. And right now we have a situation where we have somebody who is like that, but the forefathers did write some safeguards in order to make sure that a King George III would not rise. I mean, they are being tested. Those safeguards are being tested quite a bit with Trump, and hopefully the courts will see that this tyrant, authoritarian wannabe Trump is stopped. The problem is that he it's not a bipartisan Supreme Court,
And neither is Congress.
and neither is Congress. Well, Congress has got Republicans and Democrats. Okay, so
Yes,
they look out for the parties.
But
The
this
problem with
party's ruling.
well, the problem with Republicans is they don't think about the people. They think about themselves and the special interest groups that they represent. And so they're getting money from all these different factions to sway decisions their way. Because let's face it, they just want to make money. They don't give a crap about health care or
Well,
gas
that's
or
what Trump's doing. He's profiting off of the presidency.
right. They said that since he took presidency, the presidency, the second term, he has made $1.4 billion in cryptocurrency. Now, 5 years ago, if any president, even longer, if any president would have taken that kind of money, they would have been thrown in jail. They would have been prosecuted and impeached. And I guarantee you that reason why Trump is trying to safeguard himself with getting all these pardons, all this, the IRS giving him a walk or whatever, is because he knows it's coming. He knows that eventually the Democrats will take over, or someone's going to have the light bulb moment where they're going to be like, okay, enough's enough. We got to do something about this out of control president, and think about the nation. Because he's breaking us right now. Our debt has increased trillions since he took over. Now, he was supposed to bring down cost. He was supposed to bring down gas, groceries, cost of living, affordability. None of that has happened. So right now, it is worse than Biden, and it's even worse than his first term. And obviously the polls show that. So that's why something has got to happen. And I'm hoping that in November people will see the light, and that he's going to get his due, because the Republicans need to be ousted from governing, because all they govern is for themselves and for their diaper wearing Trump.
There's been 10 presidents. So Gerald Ford was the president 74 to 77. Then Jimmy Carter, Ronald Reagan, George H.W. Bush, Bill Clinton, George W. Bush.
But what's the reference? 10 presidents from what?
Since 1976.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay. Yeah, all right. Yeah.
Then we had, after George W. Bush, Barack Obama.
Mm-hmm.
Then the Trumpster. They didn't learn their lesson the first time.
Right.
Joe Biden.
Right.
And Donald Trump again now, who is just trying to destroy our democracy and does not represent the United States as a true president should. I mean, we've had previous Republican presidents. I can't believe anyone has despised a Republican president as much as they have Trump.
Yeah.
And I don't believe he is representing the Republican people properly. He is out for himself. He wants minions under him, and he's just using them to do his evil bidding. That's all it is.
Well, this is not the Republican Party of Reagan.
No.
Or Bush.
Look how he is always with Obama. I love
Right.
that.
Yeah, I know.
I love that they have such a great friendship, because you can have a differences of party,
Hmm.
but you're still um, focused on the people. You're still there to represent and do the job as the nation and represent them well to not only to your people but to the world. And
Absolutely.
he is destroying our reputation.
Right. I mean, we're a laughing stock throughout the world. I mean, anytime that Trump goes to the G7 or any world conference, they don't look at him with respect like they look at Obama or even George Bush. George Bush, yeah, I don't think he was a great president, but he wasn't a horrible president either.
No, he got us through 9/11.
He got us through 9/11, and let's face it, he did the whole weapons of mass destruction thing. There was no weapons of mass destruction. And again, it was an unwarranted war.
And it was an unexpected event.
Right.
I mean, really, it caught all of us off guard.
Right.
So you got to give him some.
Well, I think he was pissed. We were all pissed about 9/11.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So, I mean, in that context, yes, I think it was kind of one of those situations where we had to respond.
Yeah, but you know what? It brought us together as a nation.
It did. It did.
Because we knew we were never vulnerable before.
Right.
And when that happened, it brought us together as Americans.
Yeah, that was the first time that we were attacked in the actual United States.
Exactly.
I mean, World War II started with Pearl Harbor for us, but that was in an island and that was away from America outside of the mainland. This was in our mainland. It was in New York, which is unimaginable that they got on planes and used them as weapons. So, I mean, yeah, it brought us together. George Bush got us out of that.
It was scary because Chicago was a target that they didn't make it.
Right. Yeah, if they had made it, wow. Yeah. But, yeah, so, I mean, Trump used, and with George Bush, it's different because he at least rode us through that situation. Trump created an unwarranted war. He added trillions and billions to the national debt because Israel told him to do it. Basically, that's the only reason.
Yes, he got into this stupid war just because Israel told him to.
Right, basically, yeah. And they said, Obama said, Bush said that Israel wanted us to do that in the past. They said no, but because Trump is so gullible and
he wants to show that he's badass.
Yeah,
and he's not.
He's not. No,
someone comes and pushes him, he's gonna fall on his little roly tush.
Yeah, he's Taco Tuesday. That's all he is. But yeah, I mean that right now, if the founding fathers were around, they would definitely be rolling in their graves because I don't think they
having a UFC fight on the White House lawn.
Right.
Really?
That's a joke. Yeah.
And he only did that because they profited from it.
Right. Well, and other companies were going to get marketing, and they were going to pay for it. So why not?
He's not doing anything.
He thinks nothing about
America.
He thinks nothing about. And look at the Great American State Fair. 46 people a couple of days ago. That was the entry. That was the entrance to the the Great American.
Fight? Huh? Should I fight?
No, not the fight. That was the State Fair. They got the State Fair in a national mall where they have all the stands of the different states. So they have booths for different states, and they have the food and highlight what the state does and all that. Some states, Democrat states mostly, decided.
They pulled out.
Yeah, they pulled out. They passed on it. And it's funny because when they show highlights of the state fair, like nobody's there. It's like almost completely empty. In fact, there's somebody on TikTok put on there that there were more people on stage than watching them. And that's hilarious because, again, another failure. Just like the national pool or whatever, what is it? What do they call it? Is it the national pool? Where it's green. And, one of my questions that I had out in the that I had for people in Plainfield was, okay, what color is the pool going to be next? You know what I mean? But unfortunately, I didn't get a chance to ask. But
they finally cleared it. They put some chemical in there to get rid of the algae.
No, but it's bringing up the paint. The latest.
No, the paint. I think they've scraped it off. They were saying it looks clear now.
They had to drain it, but they didn't. I didn't see that they drained it.
They put a chemical or something in there that's supposed to eat the algae. But I think they had to take the paint out.
Yeah, they had to
too.
take the paint out because it came, and you know Trump's thing was like, okay, we had vandals that go in there and cut up the bottom for the paint to come up. That's almost that's impossible. That's I mean literally that's
He
impossible.
drove his car over it.
Huh?
Remember, he drove over it.
Who did?
They had him in the car and they drove over it. He had one of the presidential cars drove over it before they filled it up.
I didn't see that.
And it was like you drove over it. You probably damaged the damn paint then, and then when you filled it up, and
How do you
the
get
heat-
to how do you get a limousine in there?
Oh, I don't know. That they were saying that they drove over it, and I was like, "This is
I didn't see
stupid."
that.
But
Huh.
anyway,
That would be funny.
so who made the U.S. flag? original.
Betsy Ross.
Nope.
Oh, who did?
It was. They said she sewed it. Betsy Ross sewed the first flag. Modern historians generally view this as a unverified legend popularized by her family a century later. Many historians believe the first stars and stripes were designed by a New Jersey congressman, Francis Hopkinson.
Really?
Yep. And then the official flag with the 50 stars was created by a school as a school project, accepting that Alaska and Hawaii would soon join the Union. A history teacher originally gave this boy a B- on his assignment, but promised to raise the grade to an A if he could get Congress to adopt the design, and they did.
Really?
Yep. It was a gentleman, 17-year-old high school student named Robert G. Heft. Isn't that interesting?
Who is that again?
Robert G. Heft. He was a 17-year-old student. It was a high school project, and he had a fight with, or kind of get Congress to join in on the design. And that was right before Alaska and Hawaii joined the Union.
Well, that's pretty cool.
Yep.
All right, I got some questions for you now since we're doing trivia. This is off my brain age because we did some of these questions in Plainfield.
Oh.
All right.
What if I don't know this?
How many delegates signed the Declaration of Independence? I know this. Tell me when you're ready.
I'm Googling.
Oh, you're Googling. No, that's not right.
I can't Google fast enough.
That's not
okay,
right.
I'll take a shot in the dark. I'm going to say 15.
15? No. Really? 15 delegates?
Yes.
56.
56. Okay, well, that's an odd number.
Okay, so who was the youngest delegate who actually wrote, was the original author of the Declaration of Independence?
Gee, you must have had to look this up. I know you did not know this.
I actually did not know this. I looked it up and now it's in my brain.
Hamilton?
No, no. But there's an interesting story about Hamilton,
I know.
aside from the play.
Yeah.
All right.
I don't know. I just said Hamilton.
All right. Thomas Jefferson. He was 33 years old.
Oh, really?
When he wrote. Yeah. And he was, yeah. I mean, they all have interesting stories. They really do. Mm-hmm. How did Alexander Hamilton die? This is easy.
Oh, there was wasn't it in a pistol?
Yeah, duel.
Yeah.
Guess how was
that was in the play.
Right. That's why I said you'll get this. Okay, so how did his son die?
Didn't his woman shoot him?
Also a duel.
Okay.
Over
her, right?
Over her, yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, it was over a woman, yeah. So, all right. I got a lot of them.
Oh no.
Benjamin Franklin suggested a different bird as the national bird. What did he come up with? This is a really good one.
A turkey.
Yes, it was the turkey.
Because that's what was so wild when they first arrived.
I think I asked this question out in the street and nobody got it. Yeah, nobody got it.
I mean, well, yeah, I just figured that was like one of the first birds that's why they used that one for Thanksgiving.
Right. True or false? One of the original drafts of the Declaration of Independence was written on hemp paper. True or false? True. Absolutely. Yes, it was. So they were going to roll up the Declaration of Independence and smoke it.
Oh, well, didn't they do like pipes and stuff back then?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. You know, here's something to look up. All the men back then in the 1700s, I mean, the important guys, they all wore white hats or white wigs. Right. Why? I think I know this. I think I know this, but it's interesting to know why they wore the white wigs. I'm pretty sure it's because
To conceal hair loss from syphilis, protect himself against lice, and signal extreme wealth.
right. I kind of yeah.
Because bathing was discouraged and
Right.
hair could not be washed. Wigs absorbed the scalp oils while scented powders masked foul odors. Ew.
Right, and I thought it was something like that. I thought it was because of hygiene, because their hair stunk or something like that. So they put on powdered wigs to mask the smell.
And don't they? Do they still wear those over there in
No, they
England?
don't. I think it's more decorative.
Yeah,
Now it's more
but
decorative,
they
obviously.
do, I think, for special occasions
Well, they do that in the
as
courts.
a representation,
I think
representing history.
yeah. Well, no, it's not so much. I think in the courts they still wear the hats
Mhm.
or the wigs, but I think it's more tradition to honor the courts back then because that's what they did. Yeah. So okay, here's another one. What happened to the original Declaration of Independence during the War of 1812? You'll never get this one. This is one that I really wouldn't have known.
I don't know, to get burnt.
It was rolled up, stuffed in a linen sack, and smuggled out of Washington D.C. in a wagon to hide it from the British, who then burned the city anyway. America's most important documents spent part of the war hiding in someone's bag like a stolen sandwich.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's cool.
See, I never knew that. Yeah, I never knew that. Yeah, I got a lot of questions.
Well, you
Anyway,
think about it. Like we went and saw Mount Rushmore. That was
yeah,
very cool.
that was very cool.
I
Yeah,
mean, that is something I think that um, is very patriotic.
right, right.
Seeing the presidents on the mountain, and I didn't think I was going to be as in awe until I saw it.
Right.
You know, because you know it's there. You've seen it through history books. You've seen pictures of it, but when you see it in person, it's just that's more magnificent.
Well, that's something that I always wanted to do all my life is go to Mount Rushmore. I never got to do it with my family, but we did it together,
Hmm.
and I thought it was one of the best trips that we ever took.
Yep.
It was so cool. The only obviously problem was that we had difficulty walking and stuff like that. All the walking that we had to do.
Well, we couldn't go. There is a back path
Right.
to actually see it closer. We were on the main level where it was for the public to there's a platform, a concrete kind of like what is that called? A long path
Right.
that we can see it from. There is a more wilderness path that you can take to see it better, but we couldn't do that.
No, and I think they offer helicopter rides to go all the way
Mhm.
up to. That would be kind of cool, but I don't know if I want to do.
I mean, I think that's one of the great things that we can still enjoy and see a lot of the historic monuments. You know, that
Yeah,
are
I mean that
throughout
that
the
would be,
nation.
if we could do if this podcast took off and we had sponsorship to do that, we'd like to do like a Genesis Us generational podcast where we take it on the road and we go and we stop at different historical locations.
Yes,
Like I would love to go see Salem, New England,
I
Boston.
want to go down to New York. I would like
Yeah.
to go down to the memorial
Yeah, I
where the
would.
Twin
Yeah, I
Towers
mean,
stood.
I'm not a big fan of going to New York only because it's more crowded than Illinois
It
than
would just
Chicago.
be
But
for the memorial
yeah, I mean,
and
and
to see
there's
the Statue of Liberty.
right, right. I mean, I'm very patriotic, even though I diss our current government. I'm very
Yes,
patriotic. I love my country. I love that I was born here, and I thank my parents that they allowed me the freedoms to live in this country or the ability to live in this country to be an American, to be part of something, this experiment that's called America. And I think that we as Americans, if you're black, white, green, red, whatever, it
exactly.
doesn't matter. We all are a melting pot and we are all here because we
We make
deserve to
that,
be.
yeah, exactly.
Yes.
Along with the American Indians who were here long before
Oh,
anybody
right.
else.
Absolutely. Yeah. I mean, the current government right now is trying to take away rights, trying to, strip citizenship, deport immigrants. That's not what America is. It's not what the
Yes.
founding fathers meant when they wrote the Declaration of Independence. Yes, they had slaves, Unfortunately, that's a dark cloud on them. But I think they had the blueprint
They don't even
of
acknowledge the June 19th,
right,
the Juneteenth, when the
right. Well,
slaves
they
got
did.
official word that
Yeah,
slavery had
the
ended.
administration did away with anything having to do with Black history or anything like that. They are complete racist. I mean,
Yep.
they are the epitome of white supremacist, and that's not who this country is. I mean, from day one, when I remember, you know, being a kid, I know that we went through a lot of, what do you call it? We were Mexicans and Mexican Americans, and we weren't treated right. There was a lot of what do you call that word? I keep forgetting now. When
Discrimination.
discrimination, yes, there was a lot of discrimination at that time because we were brand new to this country or whatever. I don't know, but we were different. We were brown. We weren't white, so there was a lot of discrimination. Even the nuns didn't quite think that
I
we
think
were.
it was based on color,
Yeah, right,
because
right.
my experiences is that my siblings, some of them are darker than I am. I'm very light complected. You would not know I'm Hispanic. But when we were in the same environments, people would treat me different than they would treat my siblings.
Right.
And it was just be based on not intelligence, not in any type of discussion. It was based on appearance, and
Right.
that's all it was. We had I worked in the same office with my sister. The receptionist hated my sister, and when she found out we were siblings, she then didn't like me. But it was only because my sister looked Hispanic.
Right.
She's Mexican. She looked predominantly Mexican. I'm half and half, but I'm half Puerto Rican, half Mexican. But I'm very light complected. And even with my younger brother, he's darker. He's also half and half, but he's darker. And the same thing, they treat him differently than they would treat me.
Right.
And I've profited that they didn't treat me any less like they do most Hispanics. But they have to understand we're all the same. And it doesn't matter what the color of your skin is.
Right.
We are the same.
Yeah.
I mean,
And I think here's what I think also. We are such a brand new country compared to all the other countries in the world. I mean, Europe is old, Asia's old, Russia's old. We are only 250 years old. We're new.
yeah.
So we're going through growing pains. We obviously are going to go through our Hitlers. We're going to go through our Mussolinis or whatever. This is the first time I think we've gone through a president like this. But we are going through the experiment. We are still growing as a democracy, and I think that eventually we will learn from that, from the mistakes that we have gone through, and we will make adjustments and try to become a more giving and a more open society. I mean, we've come a long way in 250 years.
Yeah, and you have to realize too, when we've traveled recently, we've taken several road trips. We are not treated badly.
No.
We've always come across, when we went to Branson, everyone was very sweet to us.
Right.
When we went to Arizona, that we went through the whole old town.
Yeah. The
And,
Western town.
yeah,
The
and
ghosts.
yeah, and
Yeah. We gotta talk about
they
that
were
too.
great.
Yeah.
Mount Rushmore. When we went through, we were in South Dakota. We went through. What was that? Bill Hitchcock? What was it? Wild Bill.
Wild Bill Hook. Yeah. Wild Bill Hook.
You went to the cemetery. I
Right.
mean,
Yeah.
everyone on our travels, even going to Florida, everyone has always treated us well.
Right. Well, you know what?
The people of the United States are not bigots. Where they are finding these isolated idiots, these Karens that are creeping out of the cracks, is ridiculous.
Right.
But they don't represent the United States.
No, and I think in November, I think people will see that we need to go a different direction and be a little bit more of a democratic society that opens their arms to everybody. Because look what happened in Minnesota in the winter. It's horrifying to think
Well,
that Americans can kill Americans for protesting.
yeah.
What
And why? Because
our
he has his little Gestapo in the
right
streets.
for what our country went through to become its own nation? We're killing people because they protested a government. That's not who we are. We
No.
can't be like that.
And
And
I
that's
don't believe they would have such an enormous turnout for the King's rallies
right,
if every American felt that way.
right.
So we can't blame all Americans. And we can't blame all of the MAGA people. I think they're really disillusioned, but I don't think they're all prejudiced.
I think they are. Honestly, I think they are. I think there's a sect in our society that wants
Not
us to
all
go back.
Republicans are prejudiced.
Well, no, I don't think all Republicans are prejudiced. I think right now they're led by somebody who pushes divisiveness and wants the country to be separated by white and other.
Well, they're listening to a cult leader that is
Right.
telling them that you need to do this. Now he's, holding the whole Democrats are communists, which is BS.
Right. I mean, look at all but here's a funny thing too. Look at all the religious zealots out there who support Trump and say he's the God,
No,
he's the coming.
some of them have turned against him.
Well,
Look,
yeah, but there's still
that
some out
one.
there that support him and say, "Hey, this guy knows what he's doing. He's the coming of the, you know what I mean?
Yeah, they
Whatever."
created a gold statue.
Yeah, and I'm like, come on, really? If you were religious of any kind, you'd know that in the Bible, what does it say? There shall be no other, other than me or whatever.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Yeah, if
so
you're very religious, right? You're putting an idol in front of everybody.
right, the same guy who cheated on all his wives, the guy who cheated with a stripper or whatever, paid her off. He's cheated on golf. He's cheated on his taxes. He's been bankrupt 6 times. This guy shouldn't even be close to any government. If he was a senator or whatever, a congressman, he would have been kicked out already.
Yep.
I mean, look what happened to Santos. He got kicked out.
Yeah, but then what did he do?
He still
he gave him pardon.
He gave him a pardon, but that's because he kissed his
Anyone who's a
diaper-ridden.
horrible man
Right.
who cheats and is involved with money scandal and everything, Trump pardons.
Right.
Why is that?
Well, because they
Because he
give to him.
sees himself in him, and he's probably extorting money from them.
Probably, yeah.
But we should end on a good note.
Okay, let's end on a good note. America the beautiful.
It is.
Oh, man.
It is. I mean, when we travel this country, we see so many beautiful things.
We do.
The land, the people, the food, the differences in every state.
Right.
The hospitality, and just your neighbors who you enjoy.
Yeah, I mean, our neighbors here, we live in Plainfield, great neighbors, for the most part. I've never had a problem since I've been on my own, since I was like 20 some years old. I got married and all that. Never had an issue with people, really. I mean, yeah, obviously you're going to run into someone who is,
Some idiots.
Yeah, some idiots. But for the most part, I love this country. I mean, road trips are something that I love doing. Like I said, hey, if somebody wants to sponsor us, we'll do a show. We'll highlight America and we'll plug you. So I mean, because I love traveling. I love what America has to offer. All the sights, all the beautiful country, and the beaches, the mountains. Everything that I've seen in my lifetime is beautiful.
I mean, we even visited the Corn Palace.
Right, the Corn Palace. Where was that? That was in was that Iowa? I forgot where that was.
Yeah,
or was that North Dakota?
It was on that
South
strip.
Dakota. It was like going.
No, it's going there.
Yeah.
Because then we stopped at the Gopher place too.
Right, we stopped at the Gopher place. Right. Yeah, I mean we've seen a lot of stuff. We've gone like Florida to up north to Texas, down to Arizona, Texas. We've done a lot of things, and thank God that we have the freedom to be able to do that because we live in a great country. Unfortunately, right now we're going through some hard times, but we'll get out of it. I know that we're going to get out of it because we always do. America is at best, like I said, an experiment that we're going through. We're only 250 years old, and even though I won't be around for 300. Others will, and hopefully it'll keep going on. Part of this show, we are going to have the people that I interviewed and asked trivia questions as part of this 250th anniversary. So don't stop watching. We'll be right back with those highlights from the show, and hit the Star Spangled Banner again. Yeah. And we'll see you next time on Genesis Us podcast. But here are the highlights from our Man on the Street trivia questions that we asked people about America. See how much they know. It's a pretty good highlight. There's some pretty funny things and pretty interesting people. So till next time, Genesis Us podcast. Go America. Happy 4th of July and be safe.
USA.
USA. It is a special 250th anniversary birthday celebration. We are in Plainfield, Illinois, and we're going to be asking people questions about America. See how much they know about American history. They're going to win American flags, commemorative 250th anniversary flags, and hopefully we'll get some people that we can stop and ask them how much do they know about American history. Okay, this is real simple. What's your name?
Ron.
Ron. I'm John. Okay. What year did America declare independence?
1775.
No.
Well, they declared it.
Well, come on. It's 1776. Actually, some did not sign it. Yeah. Guess when they actually signed the whole thing? August 8th, 1776. But it's 1776. That's the year of Declaration of Independence. That's why it's...
Well, that's when they signed it.
Yeah. That's the Declaration of Independence.
You had the different ones.
Two different things. Declaration and the country.
Yes.
But the actual birthday, the independence, 1776. Give him a flag. Give him a flag. Give him a flag. Here is a trivia question that most people don't know, but some do.
Okay.
All right? How many delegates signed the Declaration of Independence?
Oh, man.
But by the way, what's your name?
Jeffrey.
Jeffrey?
Yeah.
It's between 50 and 58.
Oh, boy. 53.
No.
55.
No.
58.
No.
57.
No.
56.
Yes.
All right.
Give him a flag.
Awesome. Nice try.
Right. Okay, I'm going to ask you a question. We're doing a special episode of Genesis podcast.
All right.
Okay, how much do Americans spend on fireworks every 4th of July?
$750.
No. Yes, a little higher, a little higher.
$1,500.
No, overall.
Oh, I thought you meant just like one
No,
person.
overall, Americans.
It's like $1 billion industry.
You're close.
Yeah,
you're
yeah,
close.
yeah.
2 billion. Yeah. By the way, what was your name?
I'm Sean.
Sean, nice to meet you. Have a great 4th of July. You take it easy. Give him a flag. Give him a flag. 2 flags. Give him 2 flags. Here's your name.
Nina.
Nina, I'm John. That's Al. And this is the Genesis podcast. Yeah. Okay. For a flag, even if you don't get it right or wrong, how many original colonies were there in the United States?
Original?
Original colonies.
13.
Absolutely. Give her a flag. Anybody want to answer a question? Who wrote the original Declaration of Independence?
Oh, man. Oh, it's either John Adams or James Madison.
No.
Oh, God. Oh,
No.
man. I cannot remember. There's so many of them. John Hancock. I cannot remember.
It's not Mark Hamill.
It's not Mark Hamill. I can't remember. Oh, shit.
Do you know who it is? Yeah, it is a
guy
guy.
that there's a
There's only
musical.
women.
Is
There's
there,
no
is there
women.
a guy that there's a musical about?
No, that's Alexander Hamilton. But that's a good guess. But no. He was one of the original founding fathers. You named 2 of them. You're missing one of them.
Writer of it?
Huh?
The original writer?
Yes. He was only 33 years old.
Yeah, he wrote the majority of it.
Right.
Not the guy who shot Alexander Hamilton.
No, that's, yeah. Guess who shot him?
We're not making for very Aaron Burr.
Yes. Give her another flag.
Yeah.
Aaron Burr's the one that shot Alexander Hamilton. It is Thomas Jefferson.
Oh.
Thomas Jefferson. Give him a flag anyway.
DJ, no.
Flag. Your name?
Alan?
Alan, I'm John. That's Al. All right. Here is your question for a flag. How many hot dogs do Americans eat on the 4th of July every year? Rough estimate.
8 million.
Little higher.
10 million.
Little higher.
20 million.
Little higher.
100 million.
Little higher.
200 million.
Little less, but close. 150 million. It is, right? So what are you going to do for the 4th of July?
Probably eat a hot dog, right?
There you go. Well, thank you, Al, and you have a good one. Happy 4th of July. Here. Your name?
Dave.
Dave, come on in camera here. Dave, we're going to ask you a question, a trivia question for a flag.
All right.
All right? This is easy. How many colonies?
13.
There you go. All right, let's make it a little difficult. All right, let's see. Who wrote the Declaration of Independence?
Well, American
The
mythology.
main guy, he was 33 years old.
Yeah, Thomas Jefferson.
Oh, man, this guy knows his stuff.
Yeah. It
Okay,
wasn't entirely Jefferson.
name the big 6 founding fathers.
So you would want to go Jefferson, Franklin, Adams, Hamilton, Washington. 5?
You're missing one more. No, wait, did you already? Okay, you said.
I said Jefferson, Franklin, Hamilton, Washington, Adams.
Oh.
Payne.
No. There's a play after him.
Yeah, I said Hamilton.
Did you say Hamilton?
I did say Hamilton.
All right. Oh, there was one more. It's named after a street in Chicago.
Monroe.
No. Go down further.
Madison.
There you go.
Wow.
Give him 2 flags. Your name?
Haley.
Haley. Beautiful name.
Oh, thank you.
Okay, so we're going to ask you this question, and you're going to be able to win a flag. I just look at it anyway.
Hopefully.
All right. Which founding father is on the $100 bill but was never president?
Andrew Jackson.
No.
I was like,
Try again.
um,
is a founding father.
Thomas Jefferson.
No.
I have no idea.
Okay, Benjamin Franklin.
Oh.
He's on. Give her a flag. Okay, how about you? Okay, your name?
What's it? Sloan.
Sloan. Okay, Sloan, I'm John, and you're on the Genizus podcast. All right, so here is your question. What country gifted America the Statue of Liberty?
France.
Absolutely, yes. All right, we got a winner. Give her a flag. Ken, I'm John, and you're on the Genizus podcast. All right, you get to win a flag. Big deal, huh? All right, now here's a good one. George Washington was offered a kingship after the Revolution. What did he do?
Did he deny it?
Yes, he did. He didn't want to be king. That's why the whole idea of becoming a separate country, right?
Well,
All right. You got it, absolutely. Give him a flag. Who had the biggest signature in the Declaration of Independence?
I think Ben Franklin.
No. Wow, that's amazing. No. Take another guess.
John Hancock.
Yes, John Hancock. Give him a flag.
Thank you for listening to the Gen Is Us podcast. Make sure to subscribe everywhere podcasts are available and follow us on our Instagram and YouTube at Gen Is Us podcast. We want to hear from you, the listeners. Send us any feedback or questions that you would like 3 generations to answer at contact@genizus.com. Thank you.